It's the last Sunday of the year 2024. Welcome to JoyNews Prime. I am Emefa Akosia Adeti. The news is live on DSTV channel 421 and GoTV channel 125 and our social media platforms as JoyNews TV. Top stories this hour. Outgoing Speaker of Parliament hints at his retention and says he will not swear in MPs elect whose election results were recollated. Also, tensions over Adasongo Lagoon escalate as fresh attack leaves two battling for their lives.
He took the stick, can't beat me. He hit me and fell down 2 times. I ran away, they can't cross across me. One name they call him Mark. He said, they can't hold my shirt. So the command said they should take my phone.
More as community chiefs in the area call on President-elect John Dramani Mahama to immediately address what they call politically motivated attacks.
We need to re-engineer. We need to start from the Constitution.
Also, former second vice chairman cites lack of duty of care and leadership flaws in the NPP and accuses party executives for orchestrating his suspension.
We need to re-engineer. We need to start from the Constitution. And so many things in the Constitution that need to be changed or moved around.
More as he hints at contesting for party chairmanship in 2026. Please stay, we've got details. Many thanks for choosing us. We are your home of independent, fearless, credible journalism. Now, first off, outgoing Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin has sparked speculation about his possible retention as Speaker as his term nears its expiration next week. Speaking in Parliament House during a visit by the NDC Professional Forum Saturday, Mr. Bagbin expressed concerns about the recollation of some parliamentary election results. He made a firm declaration that those whose victories were based on recollation process may not be eligible to be sworn in on the 6th of January 2025.
They deliver their decision. To become a member of parliament, you have to be elected by the voter. And you have to be declared by the electoral commission. But you have to be sworn in by the speaker. Until you are sworn in by the speaker, you remain MP elect. So I was very clear in my mind that some of those re-collations and re-declarations were completely now and void ab initio. They were unknown to the law. And so they were not properly so-called MPs elect. I'm not qualified to be sworn in by you. My back this year, we had many discussions, but I told them they were all surprised. I said, yes, I'm the gatekeeper. The right thing must be done for us to be able to reset Ghana. And so, this recognition, I tell you, is going to do more than what I have done.
Parliamentary Affairs correspondent Kuku Asante has been sharing some insights into the Speaker's comments.
The Speaker of Parliament has taken a position that these 4 persons or some of these persons who were declared by way of recollation, and we know that the EC said they were recollating 9 constituencies. They've done 7 so far. The Supreme Court has set aside 4. The Speaker says those persons will not be recognized. And that will mean that the Speaker is getting certain inclination that he will be put up by the NDC as the Speaker for the 9th Parliament. If you look at the standing orders, it says that whoever is to be proposed to be Speaker will have to write to the clerk and approve of that nomination. And so, given that it's barely 9 days for Parliament to reconvene for the election of a new speaker on the 5th January 2025, one will be thinking by now that the Speaker of Parliament may have been informed either by the President-elect or certain high guns in the NDC that they will not nominate another person to take over from him as Speaker. At this same event that he made these comments, the NDC Professionals Forum also backed him and did say that they expected that he will be renominated for the speakership position. As to whether or not the Speaker of Parliament can do what he's saying, if you look at the standing order, it says that the clerk to Parliament will preside over the election of the Speaker. And so these 274 as of now who have been pronounced elected will go to Parliament on the 6th of January. They will elect a new Speaker. The Speaker of Parliament will then be sworn in on the midnight of 7th January. And then he, the Speaker, will in turn swear in these new members. And so while the Speaker of Parliament he's the one before whom the oath of MPs elect will be taken, it will stand to reason that the Speaker of Parliament said that this and that person, because he believed that they were not validly elected, he will not allow them to take the oath of office. And we'll see that on the 7th of January.
But these MPs will be part of the 270.
Away from Parliament, the Ada Community Chiefs Association has strongly urged President-elect John Dramani Mahama to immediately address fresh escalating tensions over salt mining concession in the Songo Lagoon that has surfaced following NDC's electoral victory in the December polls. This appeal follows a violent clash on 23 December 2024 in Bonikope in the Ada East District, which left 2 middle-aged men critically injured. At a press conference, the chiefs condemned the attack, labeling it politically motivated. Attempted aimed at tarnishing Electrochem Ghana Limited's reputation to jeopardize community of its lease agreement with the incoming administration. They emphasized the urgent need for President Mahama's intervention to restore peace and stability in the area. Carlos Canoni reports.
My head and my neck.
Kolite Kuglenu, 49, and his 54-year-old brother, Kuku Nagaji, resident of Bonikofe in the Adan West District, are yet to recover from injuries allegedly inflicted by a mob of about 50 men on Monday, December 23, 2024. During this interview, Kuku Nagaji was seen still coughing up blood. Their brothers claim they were attacked without provocation while working on their salt mining concession. The attackers reportedly accused the brothers of supporting the operations of Electrochem Ghana Limited, contrary to the broader demand by the Adan people for the lagoon's reclamation under the incoming NDC administration.
After spoiling the Tapoli, one person, they call him Samson Dame. He took the stick, can't beat me. He hit me and fell down 2 times. I ran away, they can't crawl across me. One name, they call him Mark. He said, they can't hold my shirt. Say this will, the command said this to take my phone. Keypad phone. One motor we did there, they go collect time again. Go hit one of, they call him my worker, Kuku Nagaji. Where they send the motor go back for the Bonikope cemetery. We went to hospital, they say we should go to Sege police station. We went there. Go take police form. Come to Bonikope. They can't set us. My head and my neck and my shoulder and my waist and my thighs. They say because I'm a Magdalene supporter.
JoyNews checks with the Sege District Police Command have confirmed that the incident was reported and is currently under investigation. However, addressing the incident at a press conference, spokesperson for the Ada Community Chiefs Association, Nene Dameseu III, described the attack as politically motivated.
Our investigation have revealed that this entire episode was a meticulously planned and calculated attempt to disrupt the peace of our beloved Ada, driven solely by selfish political interest. It is worth recalling that just days before the December 7th election, on Sunday, December 1st, the then parliamentary candidate of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, now member of parliament-elect, Daniel Kisi Bessie, brazenly declared their intention to take over the Songo Lagoon by any means necessary at Bonikopi. They targeted and attacked individuals suspected of supporting the ongoing development projects. This heinous act is part of a series of planned attacks orchestrated by individuals within the NDC. The group entered the Songo Lagoon to destroy the evaporators restored by the company, with the intention of provoking the security forces, both police and military, in charge with ensuring peace, law and order within the concession and the project communities. Their goal was to create tension and blame it on the security personnel and the company.
The Adan Community Chiefs Association is urgently appealing to President-elect John Dramani Mahama to take swift action, ensuring peace and stability in this traditional area.
We call upon the current government, the incoming administration led by President John Mahama, to take decisive action against these perpetrators. Their actions are a direct threat to the peace and development of Adan and must not go unpunished. The arrival of Electrochem Ghana Limited has brought significant development to Adan.
The chiefs alleged deliberate effort by certain unscrupulous individuals in the traditional area to provoke Electrochem staff, aiming to tarnish the company's reputation. For JoyNews, Carlos Caloni, Adan.
While some residents of the Elmina in the central region have taken to the streets to protest against a mining lease granted to a private developer by their traditional leaders, the demonstrators, dressed in red and holding placards, are calling for transparency and accountability from the traditional authorities. They argue that the lease was granted without consulting the community and are demanding a reversal of the decision. Central Regional Correspondent Eric Asante reports from Elmina.
Clad in red and holding placards with messages like "We want our salt," "Give us what is due us," and "Don't sell Elmina," these residents of Elmina marched through the principal street to express their displeasure. The group claims the traditional council has failed to involve the community in decisions regarding the lease of their salt mining lands. John Kwesi, known as Manuma, the leader of the demonstrators, spoke passionately about their concerns.
Na pare ya mo tun was there enche no oyaneza Ghana-Namibia ibi food na biala oyanche no oyaneza enti na bi gina ha ensam tryfo ayi gina wa ma ya ka ye mpoyin fa wani no he waja asase waji ma agbofo no ya mbada ya nwa no ba basa ba ya pada ibi aje enche no so osle yo so yeah no ya pada yet no wan say na otno wan say that nana ojinga bana akukumbo there enchino aneza and the fodi bikuno to answer adinayen enchino ayaneza.
However, the traditional leaders of the area have dismissed the claims. Nana Inkwando IV Adontihini of the Edna Traditional Council described the protest as a calculated effort to tarnish the image of the council.
Demonstration what next? If your petition I was a wakajenchen or the why the baby other. It's an action in nullity. You're a kankasa. So Obama yet no forma. And she be a reabri, will fear her while call with a very positive message in Libya. And she no one some a cool a baby bassa or tea. Na mom yɛnhwɛ ma ɔho no wayɛ no ho. Na ɛsɛbɔ na wetwa no yɛmfa do. Ɛdina traditional council megyina ɔyɛ nana Kwadwokondu a na name na atonsa frɛ ɔyɛ dem concern citizens Elmina citizens botonsa frɛ hon. Wɔmbra na yɛntina fom. Na yɛnkyerɛ hon nkyɛn no ne farebae. Wosi ɔbai sentre a wɔreka dɛ mfi Indonesia mumbu nkuntai. Ni na no nkyerɛ mu yɛdɛ.
The protesters, however, insist their demand for transparency and accountability will still continue.
Someone paying for what I didn't know. What can I tell in China? No, what catch that some paying for what to do. What can I want to but the and paying from there. No shy, no say, can you be on my 20 years? That's a what can I? Oh, yeah.
For Joy News, my name is Erica Santi, Elmina.
Well, the national chairman for Arise for Change for Economic Growth, a pro-NDC group, DS Idrisu Mahama, has urged Ghanaians to prepare their minds for an imminent erratic power supply, also known as Dumso, from March next year. He said this at a press briefing in Techiman, where he accused the Nanado-led government of mismanaging Ghana's energy sector. Anna Sabit has more in this report.
DS Idrisu Mahama, the national chairman for Arise for Change for Economic Growth, a pro-NDC group, is urging Ghanaians to prepare their minds for an imminent erratic power supply, also known as Dumso, from March next year. According to him, the Akufo-Addo-led administration's poor management of the energy sector has led to a serious debt in the sector. This, he said, has led to the recent power outages in some parts of the country.
When you come to the electricity, what we have observed currently is now, in March, we will go into a serious light of so-called Dumso, because the debt that President Mahama able to manage and pay for the Ghana for the electricity. When this government take over, they didn't do anything. They didn't, make any payment. It's just propaganda. They use the propaganda to send the message to Ghanaians that they are the best government. They have solved the electricity problem, and it's John Mahama who is coming again to solve this problem.
You're watching JoyNews Prime. We take a quick break. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back to JoyNews Prime. Now, former second vice chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Samit Crab, has called for a comprehensive reinvention of the party, describing its lack of a duty of care mechanism for members as a critical shortfall. Speaking to Joy News in a yet-to-be-aired interview in the aftermath of the NPP's crushing defeat in the 2024 general elections, Crab revealed he was not surprised by the loss, though he did not anticipate its scale. Crab, who was suspended in 2015 for allegedly refusing to recognize the party's authority and leadership at the time, claims his removal was orchestrated by executives who opposed his style of leadership. He hinted at plans to contest for the NPP chairmanship in 2026, stating his experienced position puts him in a position to help rebuild the party.
Constitution is a problem. It's a problem in the sense that you see that there's around 28 aims and objectives. And there's nothing in the 28 that talks about the party's duty of care. Nobody builds an organization without telling its workers and stakeholders how it is going to reward them, how it's going to take care of them. It doesn't really, it's not there. We need to re-engineer. We need to start from the Constitution. And there are so many things in the Constitution that need to be changed or moved around. Okay. Where it doesn't make sense that we all fight. Some people invest their monies, they die, some of them get divorced. Because it's intensive. And then at the end of the day, one man and his wife and his children and his family, they get to make all the decisions. To me, it doesn't make sense. As a business person, it doesn't make sense. Okay, I want to amend the constitution to state what it will do for its workers.
You will need some authority to do that.
Yeah, you convene a constitution amendment conference and then do that. I also
in
want
the capacity as what?
Chairman of the party.
Okay, you're planning to run?
Yes, I'm planning to run in 2026.
Okay.
As the chairman of the party.
Have you started your grounds work?
Yeah.
How is it looking?
It's looking good. The network, and getting people together. And now that this debacle has happened, people are now seeing the reason why these things must be done, because it was apathy. So the question you ask yourself is, why the apathy? The apathy came to be because people felt that they had chopped and left them. So I used to say, at that time I knew that was going to be problematic. And so what I want us to do is to sit down and then re-engineer, reinvent, and then put these things at the heart of what we do. It's not important or necessary for me and certain people to like each other. It's okay for them not to like me, and I will expect that they will criticize what I put on the table.
Now, President Akufo-Addo on Wednesday, December 18, 2024, granted an executive approval for all African nationals without a visa, a move which makes Ghana one of the few countries, including Rwanda, Seychelles, the Gambia, and Benin, as the only African countries offering visa-free countries to all African passport holders. Deputy Minister of Finance for Namibia, Maureen Hinde Mwende, who's working as a visitor to the country, says she seeks to take advantage of the policy to deepen the bilateral cooperation between the two countries.
Worth mentioning that it's not a coincidence that President Mahama is returning to office to take that initiative to the next level. Africans in the diaspora needs reconnection to Africa. And Ghana, being the host of our father of Pan-Africanism, as Kwame Nkrumah, I think it was just befitting and the right thing to do for Ghana to be the country who opened its doors first. I encourage the rest of Africa to follow suit. And my message focused around two issues. One, the Atlantic has robbed us as Africa of our culture, our riches. And I think the Atlantic owes us to return what belongs to Africa. And Ghana being the lead to open that window, I think it deserves appreciation and to be emulated. Namibia also shares, of course, the Atlantic with Ghana. I'm saying that Ghana is the Gold Coast, we are the Diamond Coast. So we can do a lot together, and therefore I'm looking forward to a deepened relationship between the two nations.
Well, the General Superintendent of Assemblies of God, Ghana, Stephen Wingam, has called for an expedited investigation in the pockets of violence that characterize the 2024 general elections. CODEO, in its post-election security accountability project report, a total of 76 separate election-related violence with the destruction, seizure and vandalism of ballot papers and pink sheets, the EC offices in the Damongo and Ayesono constituencies. Reverend Stephen Wingam reiterated the need for the incoming government to prosecute all individuals involved in any election-related violence to serve as a deterrent in future elections.
We all know that the stakes were very, very high, and we have surprised ourselves. I mean, the level of collaboration among the parties. If you look at the way the citizens conducted themselves at the polls, and the vigilance of Ghanaians, for me, must be commended. The ordinary Ghanaians seem to have taken his destiny into their own hands and wanted to be ensured that the process was free and fair. I think that it can only get better after every major a milestone like this, we want to believe that the major stakeholders, the parties, EC, will sit and reflect and look at the pluses and the minuses, and let's work on them immediately. We shouldn't wait till the next 4 years before we begin to address some of the concerns. And also the spirit of looting and vandalism, I think I condemn it. I join.
That'll be all for today on JoyNews Prime. Many thanks for choosing us.